But that is about Rallis. We just got KPIT Tech's numbers. Reema, you've been able to go through it despite it being such a busy show. Tell us more.
Very strong numbers, for KPIT Tech. Firstly, in terms of Q4. Their constant currency revenue growth is 8.5% in Q4. JP Morgan estimate was for 5.5%. So it's like a solid beat on the top line as well. So that's point number one. Secondly, for Q4, the deal wins have come in at $423 million. This is a growth of 55% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. And even on a year-on-year basis, if I look at the deal wins number, it's up to 38%. Remember, we've been saying how KPIT Tech has been flying high. It's gotten re-rating because of the large deals the company has won, Renault as well as Honda, and that's getting reflected. 8.5% top-line growth. This is much higher than what we typically see. And just to put it in context, Infi had a revenue decline. So 8.5% QOQ is very, very strong and ahead of JPM's estimates, as JP Morgan's estimate of 5.5%. The company's deal wins are up 55% QOQ, 238% on a year-on-year basis. And thirdly, look at that FY24 guidance, which is flashing for you on your screen. Revenue growth at 27 to 30% and EBITDA margins of 19 to 20%. Now, I was looking at some of the consensus expectations. For next year, consensus expectations were that growth will be 27.5%. So basically, the company is guiding for growth, which is slightly ahead of consensus. Because if you take the middle of the guidance, we're at 28.5%. So this is ahead of consensus. Refinitive's consensus expectations were closer to 27.5%, which basically means the company is more confident about growth, not falling off and sustaining at these very high levels at 19%. So, even on, margins, I'm just trying to get what the FY23 margins are. Okay, FY23 margins are at 18.9%. Next year's guidance is 19 to 20%, which means that in FY24, margins will also improve. 19 to 20% is the margin guidance, which compares with 18.9% that they clocked in for the full year last year. So strong Q4, especially on the top line in deal wins. FY24 guidance is very, very robust. And I think it's probably closer to the upper end of what the analysts were anticipating, because maybe everyone thought they would be conservative. And maybe this is a conservative guidance, right? According to, in the management's viewpoint, who knows? But I think the stock has started reacting positively. Just, as we wrap up the show, let's pull up that intraday chart. Okay, it's still up close to about 3%.
So all the mid-cap IT companies, they've done really well this time.
They've done pretty well, right? Whether it's Cyient, whether it's, Mastech, KPIT Tech, all the numbers are pretty okay. Yeah, a good set. Okay.